Welcome everyone to Essenza Training. I am Nicki, and in today's workout, I want to show you how you can do an effective leg workout without any weights, with just your body weight or some bands. I want to give you a variety of different ways that you can get the best leg workout at home. All right. Now, if you have a treadmill or an elliptical or a stationary bike, I would like you to warm up for 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes before doing an intense workout, just to get all your muscles limbered up, get your juices flowing. If you don't have a stationary bike or anything like that at home, then you're going to warm up with me. So here's a little mini warm up that you can do. Okay. First of all, we're going to do a windmill. So we're going to keep our core nice and tight, and we're just going to alternate your arms one at a time. Now, even though this is a leg workout, we're going to warm up your upper body because you are going to be holding some dumbbells if you have them. Okay, we're going to rotate and just go back the other way. Core is nice and engaged. Just warming up your shoulders. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do a bit of a spine rotation. So you're going to twist, pivoting that foot behind you. So now we're just warming up your core, warming up your spine and your legs. Good. All right, and then we're just going to hold it here, okay? We're going to just stretch out your hip flexors. So we're going to start by bending, and then when you come up, you're going to elongate, and that is stretching your hip flexors. So as long as you're doing about an 8 count of each exercise, that is a great way to warm up. Okay, and then we're going to take your arm and we're just going to stretch and reach. And when you're reaching, you should feel your obliques stretching with you. So we're warming up your hip flexors, but we're also warming up your obliques. Good. We're going to come back this way and we're going to twist. Good. Count of 8. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it here. All right. We're in the hip flexor and we're going to bend and elongate. Doesn't have to be a really deep bend, just enough that we're engaging your hips. Good. Last one here. Okay. Now we're going to take your arm and now we're going to reach. Again, you should feel that stretch in your oblique muscles. And 8. Good. Now we're just going to lunge it from side to side. Some active stretching right here. Just warming up. Want everything nice and limber for that leg workout. Good. Last one here. Bring your legs in a little bit. So we're going to come into a squat position. So we're going to do a squat with a toe touch. Squat, toe touch. So we're warming up your quads. Every time we come into that toe touch, I'm sure you guys can feel your glutes and your hamstrings being stretched out. And that's what we want. Some active stretching for those big muscles. Last one here. Good. Okay, good. Now we're going to be doing a segment of 9 exercises. I'm going to show you first how you're going to do each exercise with your body weight, then with dumbbells, and then resistance bands. Not all exercises are going to require necessarily dumbbells or resistance bands, but you can definitely mix them up, and if you want to incorporate them into your workout, you can, okay? Our first one is going to be a squat. Now I'm just going to show you how you can do this without any equipment if you don't have anything at home. You're going to come into a wider stance. Your feet are wider than your hips. You can keep your arms here for balance if you like. You're going to squat down as low as you can. When you come up, I want you to squeeze your quadriceps and your glutes. Okay, so you're going to come down and squeeze. Try to get that bum as low as you can. Now, if you're just starting, you might just be wanting to start right here and coming into this position. As you get stronger, your flexibility will get better. Okay, so that's doing just a plain old squat without any body weight. Each exercise is going to be about 10 to 15 reps, okay? Now, if you want to incorporate this exercise, the same exercise, we're going to take some dumbbells. You take dumbbells that are a good weight for you. If you're just starting, I suggest using a little bit of lighter weight. I have some 10 pounds here. Okay, so your 10-pound weights are sitting right above your shoulders. I don't want them resting. Your arms are engaged. I want your elbows tucked in, okay? So just like we did in that first squat, we're just coming down and up. Still squeezing your quadriceps and your glutes every time you come up. But now it's a bit more challenging because you have those dumbbells, right? So that's with the dumbbells. If you wanted to use a resistance band, and I suggest doing this sitting down if you're not used to using resistance bands. So you're gonna take a resistance band, and if you're buying some like these, which I get on Amazon, they come in a wide variety of different resistance. So this one is about maybe 20 to 25 pounds resistance. So same idea. You're just gonna come into that squat. Your legs are wider than your hips, and same idea. So now you just have that added resistance with the band. If you wanted to take this a step further, you could incorporate your dumbbells. And that's just a way to make it harder over time. But if you're just starting, I suggest using your own body weight and then graduate to weights, okay? So that's our first move, okay? All right, now a dumbbell lunge. So this exercise is going to work your quads and your hamstrings. Without body weight, I'm gonna turn to the side. You're gonna have one leg forward. You're gonna scoot one leg back, okay? Now you wanna keep your body nice and flat. Nice flat back. You want everything nice and good in alignment. If you're just using body weight, you can put your hands here for balance. And you're just going to come down. You're going to come down, keeping everything nice and aligned. Try to get that knee as close as you can to the floor. And when you come up, I want you to squeeze your bum, okay? Squeezing that bum. Now, if you can only get here, that's okay. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you can almost touch your knee to the floor, okay? So now, if you want to do this with dumbbells, you can. I'm gonna go the other way just to make it even. So same idea. You're gonna have the same stance, but now you have dumbbells as added resistance. So you're just gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna come down and squeeze. It's a little more challenging when you have the dumbbells at your side. And again, incorporate your dumbbells with lightweight to start, okay? If you wanted to, you could also do this exercise with a band. So again, I encourage you to sit down to put the band on. The band's just gonna come above your knees. Okay. And same idea. One foot forward, the same foot back, or left, other foot back. And then you're just gonna do the exact same thing and still concentrating on squeezing that muscle every time you come up. Now, if your band rolls on you, which it might, it just might mean that you need a higher resistance. Because if it's not too low in resistance, it may roll on you. So you might need a thicker band for that one, okay? That's our second exercise. Our third exercise is a side dumbbell lunge. Now we're gonna be working our glute med. So that's that muscle right on the side of your bum without body weight. You can put your hands here for balance. you're going to lunge. This leg is staying locked. Toes are forward. This is the only leg exercise where your leg is going to be locked. And I want you to have your tummy kind of over your thigh. And then you're going to push off. So you're going to lunge and push. Lunge and push. Okay? That's without any weight. With a dumbbell, I'm going to do the other side just to make it even. Your weight is just going to float with you. So your arms aren't bent. You're staying in good alignment. That weight is just kind of coming along for the ride. And again, this is how you're making it a little bit more challenging, okay? So that is with your weight. Now, I'm just going to lean up against here so I don't fall down. A little quicker than having to sit down and get back up. So I'm cheating a little bit, you guys, but I encourage you, like I said, to get down on the ground and put your band on first before you come back up. Oh, sorry. So, okay. You can do that with a dumbbell after too, but I'm going to show you what it looks like with just the band. The band is above your knees, doing the exact same movement, except now you have the band resistance. And again, if you wanted to take it one step further, you can use the band with the dumbbell, okay? This is where you graduate to make it a little bit more intense. All right, a fire hydrant. Okay, so we're gonna get down on the floor. Make sure you have a mat, a towel, something soft on your knees, because we're gonna be doing a little bit of floor work. Okay, fire hydrant. So we are just literally propping your arms above or underneath your shoulders. And you're going to take this one leg and you're going to squeeze it out to the side. Hence a fire hydrant. Okay? Always want to hold for like half a second at the top. So you're going to do one side for about 15. Every single exercise is 10 to 15 reps, okay? Now, if you are gonna do this with a band, and a lot of these are kind of repetitious where you have the band above your knees. Okay, if you wanna make it more challenging, now you have that resistance of that band. And boy, does it make a difference. So again, you're squeezing for half a second at the top, okay? So that's how you're gonna make that one more challenging. All right. We are gonna do some dumbbell swings or kettle swings. They're typically called kettlebell swings. If you don't have a kettlebell, that's okay. And if you don't have any dumbbells, that's okay too. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come into a wider squat position, okay? Feet are nice and wide apart, toes are pointed forward. Now, just with your body weight, you can pretend you have something in front of you. And you're just going to come down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Making sure you're getting into that nice low squat, okay? Now, with the dumbbell, you can take, I have a 15-pound here. If you have a kettlebell, that's fine too. But if you just have a dumbbell at home, you can go a little heavier with this one if you want to. So I have a 15. You can increase that weight however strong you feel, if you feel you can handle it. So you're going to cup your dumbbell with your hands, okay? Now you're going to swing to get that momentum. And when you're coming down, that weight is coming between your legs. When you're coming up, do not go any higher than shoulder height, okay? So you want to get deep into that squat and coming up to shoulder height. Good. All right, we have a dumbbell deadlifts, and we also can do this without any weight with dumbbells. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So these next two exercises are going to be for your booty. We all want a nice lifted booty, right? Okay, without any weight, you're going to stand again with your feet a little wider than hip. Pretend that you have something in front of you. I want a small micro bend in your knees, okay? And I want your back flat. So you're going to come up to about your shins and then squeeze with your bum when you come back up. So down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. I don't want these legs locked. I want a micro bend in those knees, okay? And I also do not want your back rounded the way I have it right now. I want your back flat, okay? Good. Okay, if you're gonna do this with weights, I have a set of 10s. You can go as light or as heavy as you want, but always, always, always make sure you have good form and technique before you're doing too heavy weights. Always, always safety first, and only do what you think you can handle, because you'll get there. You'll graduate to a heavier weight as your body becomes stronger. Okay, micro bend. You want these weights close to your body when you're coming down. And squeeze. And squeeze. So you should feel this right in your hamstrings and your gluteus maximus every time you're coming down. All right, our next one is a donkey kick. So you're gonna come back down on the ground. Okay, your leg is gonna come at a 45-degree angle, okay? Now, if you don't have any bands, just using body weight for this one, you're going to squeeze that leg in an upper motion. So you're using those glutes to get that leg lifted up toward the ceiling. You want your ankle, you want your foot flexed, and you're just squeezing. Now, if you want to do this with a band, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Again, same thing as all the other ones. Your band is coming over your knees. And make sure they're flat. I don't want them all wrinkly. And if they do start to wrinkle on you, then just take a second and flatten them out, okay? All right. So, yes, I was going to do the other leg, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So we're right here. And now with that band, we have that added resistance to make that glute work even harder. So 15 per side, okay? All right. We have 2 more exercises, and these ones don't require any weights, bands, or anything like that. So our first one is going to be a triangle jump, and then the second one's going to be an alternating lunge jump. You're going to come down into a squatted position. I want your feet together. They're going to be narrow. So you're going to jump narrow and come back wide. Narrow, wide. You can use your arms for momentum. So you notice when I'm jumping, I'm always landing in the squat position. Okay, nice and soft on those toes. I don't want you to just jump here and come back here. Always in a squat. One of 2 reasons, because you want to get low to get your body back up again. And also, if you just stop dead in this position without going to a squat, you're going to jar your knees. In turn, you're going to set yourself up for injury. And we don't want that, okay? That was your triangle jump. Your second plyo move is going to be an alternating lunge jump. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side so you can see my body, okay? So we're going to lunge and make sure your body is as nice and straight and flat as it can. And then you're going to explode off and get into that other leg. So when you're up to tempo, you don't have to do these too fast, okay? So you're going to do about 10 to 15 of these. If you don't like the jumping, then you're just going to step it back and just take the jump out. As easy as that. Okay? And that's it. Just to recap, this was 9 exercises, and you're going to do each exercise for 10 to 15 reps. try to do this at least 3 times. If you can get a 4th set in, great. If not, at least do 3 of these sets to get the maximum muscle burn, to fatigue your muscles, and to see change, because we have to push ourselves in order to see change in our bodies. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining Essenza Training for my at-home leg workouts. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.